Hello guys and welcome to today's video. As the title says, we've got vVv here fighting NOIR, and let's see out of these two titans who is going to be victorious in this first bout that we was able to record and witness on Call of Dragons. Hello guys, yes, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, the one and only official Call of Dragons content creator, and we're here again, like always, breaking down some PvP, and like I've promised in the early video, if you've never checked out with the HRT fighting TDRs, a little taster, we have vVv here fighting NOIR, and don't worry, I'm going to have some screenshots in a little bit of the team so you can see the power and stuff before. But look at this action, vVv pulling the trigger, because right now what we're going to go and basically showcase after this is the map and explain what is going on, because this is a crazy choke point in the map with a lava bridge aesthetic, and you can see NOIR basically holding this area because they are building, as I'm aware, to the left side of this, so just basically above and up here, and they're actually having control of the spire and that side of the map, while vVv are basically just directly below, so you can see where these troops are actually coming through, and obviously the murder ball being on the bridge, that's where their flags are, and I'm going to showcase that in a bit, so don't worry, I'm going to give you guys all the context here. But look at this now, they've got this Gugil and Goresh rally, obviously Goresh as the main going in, and he's doing some insane T5 damage there to everyone, and you can look at all of the matches there, and people are giving Bertrand a bad rep, but so far a lot of people are loving him. People are using Bertrand with fear and having like vVv Sanctus and have a really clever tank build that I'm going to try and look into and make a video about for you guys, and they are getting some really good actual trades out of it, which is interesting, right? But look at that, vVv beautifully with that rally, taking advantage of the NOIR guys basically asleep, just timing that attack. Look at them, they've wiped them out, absolutely destruction. But I'm not going to leave it there like I always, right? I've got more to showcase for you guys, because this fight goes on for ages, and I'm always going to break it down so it's not too long for you guys, so you can get the great gist of it, of this nice bout between NOIR and vVv. So, as you guys know, vVv just pushed, obviously, NOIR, and what we're going to be watching right now is just the aftermath of that, because obviously there's so much back and forth fighting, but here we go, we can kind of see now, as I was talking about, where NOIR are positioned, and they are building this big boy flag, and vVv are now trying to inflict some punishment. But this is where things are going to change, right? Because as I'm going to showcase in the next video about this, you're going to understand the battlefield and how just general open field mechanics in Call of Dragons works. Because NOIR now actually have the advantage, right? They are closer to home territory, meaning all of their big players that need to be fighting, guess what? They can just run those troops in and go ham, and if they die, guess what? They're back in 5 to 10 seconds. It's fine, and they don't have to wait for that 2, 3, or 5 minute march time potentially that they might have needed to do. So here for vVv is a very important thing, because again, they need to delay the building time, right? So if we look at the flag here, with the flag's at 39%, right? And this is basically allowing NOIR, once built, to actually go up north and actually attack the spire as well. More importantly, they're able to build now to the right and force a more offensive maneuver against the vVv's push line, right? And start creating maybe a potential choke for them, right? So you can see vVv here doing actually a fantastic job. I'm not going to lie, vVv doing great as their murder ball, you know, nicely spread out in this great little like moon shape, spreading out so they can inflict as much damage on their targets, while again, you know, the NOIR members need to obviously try and target this area, but you're only going to get a small amount of troops, and even if you try and target the main center here, guess what? You're only getting, again, a certain amount of troops. There's so many spread on this top side and bottom side, and look how beautifully they're honestly just focus firing these NOIR guys. So let's go into the next screenshot, the next video just saying. It's going to explain a little bit more of the map, and then we're going to showcase NOIR's pushback and honestly devastating attack involving no other than Nephisto himself. And welcome to the little map section of it. And it's great because we're kind of like fast forward a little bit in time, and I'm going to showcase this push properly in a moment, but it's better to understand the map layout. So this is, as you can see, the current battlefield of NOIR and vVv in their division. You can again check and observe it up top at 2309 if you want to check them out yourselves. But what we're going to do and I actually explain for you guys is, as you can imagine, how this is affecting everyone, because right now obviously this is the choke point, right? This bridge is basically dictating everything. So if we just kind of draw that in a red zone, that kind of signifies, this is the choke point, this is the middle ground or the no man's land, right? So when we go and start drawing in different colors, we're going to have green just to represent on vVv here. You'll notice obviously they've got their flag already being built, and they've got another flag being built temporarily here, right? And they're trying to obviously progress their flag pushing so they can obviously hop over this choke point and then just keep going across, right? Which would benefit them. But what's more important is the distance currently, right? So these are the only active tiles, if you want to say, that vV has access to, meaning their march time is obviously as the green line signifies. This could be maybe a 1, let's just call it 2-minute march time for these guys. It could be a little bit less depending on obviously your talents and stuff, right? But when we look at the NOIR side, right, it's a little bit different because again we can draw their flag here, and they're already, as we've seen, building another flag that basically just hops and touches this spire, allowing them again to get a really big bit of territory and potentially just flag maybe drop further or closer to this, which is a really powerful strat. But this is again the territory that they have, and if we draw the line, you can already see the line is way longer. It's almost double in length. So that means you can imagine for these guys, we'll just give it an average of 2 to 4 minutes, depending on the troops, your talents, and march speed, right? So when you're looking at that battlefield, especially the battles we just witnessed, and you'll understand the importance now, hopefully, of refresh timers, because now, obviously, when everyone's fighting in this zone, obviously, the vVv guys should, in theory, have, obviously, advantage over time, depending on how they attack, because they do have, obviously, more troops available quicker to them. But the problem is, it's like a tug of war, right? And if we draw it in red, if we start to push with the guys, in vVv and override this line, you're now creating a longer line. So this is now your new, obviously, refresh timer. So this is where the flow of troops and the, open field refresh timers really do matter in Call of Dragons. And I know it might be a little bit boring compared to one of my other videos that I might have done, but I thought this is really important because if you watch this segment, it will give you a bit more advanced, understanding that, okay, I'm kind of far out than I should be. And by doing that, it's going to obviously cause me to get caught out. And that is what happens if we go back into the NOIR 2 gameplay, right? And we fast forward to, obviously, when we have the NOIR guys fighting now against vVv, and obviously vVv are trying to do that maximum destruction like we saw, and they will be successful here on delaying that flag. But now with that knowledge and understanding, hopefully, that of the map, you'll see why this is actually obviously a detriment to them, because obviously they're going to lose a massive amount of troops in the long run if they are not watching, and that is what happens. If we start to fast forward now, and what we're going to do is start to see NOIR start to refresh their troops in this back line. And what is going to happen over time, as you're going to see, look, more and more start to appear a lot more sooner. And because of this, vVv are having to move back. And look at that, NOIR already pushing them off screen. And if we now fast forward it, guess what? We're in the pushback where vVv are being punished for going so far and obviously not pulling back when they got the positive trades. And this is what occurs if you go obviously too deep and don't respect the enemy's refresh timers. And look at it, NOIR are now coming in for blood, and I mean that. We've got everyone going to be starting to show up on screen soon. We've got this little murder ball all white, and it's more terrifying that they're all white. And I love this play by Baked Potato here, using Wolf Shadow to actually go in, and look at that. He blocked those triple mage marchers with an intercept, allowing the murder ball to go absolutely carnage and destroy those T5, man. Absolutely, honestly. Great little bit of artifact gameplay there, honestly. If you've never wondered how you could use that Wolf Shadow in a very innovative, creative way, that is how, because that was a great way of just basically showcasing, look, you can stop a person without using the blink, basically, artifacts, and just use the Wolf Shadow and get the wormhole effect come back and be safe, right? Because normally people like to do it with the blink artifact, but with doing that, the blink artifact obviously just hard engages you in. So once you're in, guys. So it's a bit of a bummer. So what we're going to do, though, is fast forward it. We've got more footage here of these guys. It's going to be the last bit of footage that we cover. And you can see, again, basically, since what we had, vVv had the refresh timers again, right? So because vVv had the refresh timers and they was able to obviously get their troops back on the field, NOIR got punished. So this is kind of like the funny side of it all, where it just kind of showcases, look, both sides did perfect strategy, if you want to say it, right? They did great offense and they did great defense. And the fact that they're able to do this yo-yo ping-pong effect was insane. But this is where we can see the main man of the hour, obviously Nephisto, in the battlefield. And hopefully, if I do this little section correctly, you will see that Nephisto actually started off this fight, was about 91 million in, 91 million, just at 910 million power, going almost the 1 billion mark, which is just insane, being the first ever player. And obviously during this fight he dropped down to basically like maybe 10 million power, but then he healed it back up anyway. So this is early days, and I know that this guy is probably gonna have a ton of fun fighting, and I know the vVv guys, hopefully in the comment section below, are honestly exciting to fight against a player with just so many troops, because that's what it is. He has so many troops to throw at you, and he just wants to have fun, right? So it's going to be a fun season, I think, for the NOIR and this vVv fight. I know there's more players and more alliances in this division, and we're hopefully going to try and capture you guys too, if you guys give us a heads up. But this was just a showcase of, look, we've got PvP. Zone 2 has opened. Maybe it's not, the craziest in some servers, but in other servers it is happening. And with the observe feature, we can always watch you guys push and fight to your heart's content and showcase, honestly, the best thing about Call of Dragons, which is the PvP, which everyone loves, the range, the artifact gameplay, the behemoth dropping, just everything you can do with even flying units, going over terrain, and, it's just so clever, right? And we just watched and witnessed, even that Wolf Shadow artifact entrapment by using the intercept mechanic. Just all of that just makes you realize why people love this game. Yes, it might be in a rough state right now, but people are willing to just bear with it because the gameplay wise, it's just the best out there right now. Let's just be real, guys. Let's just be honest with each other, right? So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This has been today's PvP video on NOIR fighting the one and only vVv. And obviously throughout this whole segment, hopefully you enjoyed the little pop-up that obviously happened with Nephisto. And earlier in the sides, when we're talking about maybe the maps, you would have seen obviously the two teams pop up, so you knew what powers were in concession there, and it made it a little bit more flashy for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, I'm here giving you guys daily Call of Dragons videos. Could be PvP guides, it could be just PvP analysis like this, which is unbiased and tries to be as neutral as possible, outlining the positives and negatives on both sides, right? And if you just want behemoth guides, hero guides, I've got you covered, right? Even pet guides, we've got them all. And you can even check out my official Discord in the description below for even more graphics and everything you need that is Call of Dragons related. So until then, you know what to do, guys. Stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky, and peace out.